New 49ers offensive lineman Trent Williams would beg to differ with those opinions, telling the Rap Sheet and Friends podcast, quote, "I think Jimmy G is awesome. I think he has proven that he's a quarterback that you can win with. In this league, it's just hard to find. Quarterback is the toughest position, and I think that's why you see the contracts where they are. Having a quarterback that you know is going to make the right read, the right throw, I think that has to allow Kyle," he's talking about Kyle Shanahan, give him a chance to sleep at night, because just having a guy, who won't throw the game away for you, you put him in the best position possible, he'll win. Is Stephen A. being too hard on Jimmy G?
Way too hard. And don't worry, Molly, I'll hold you down with the Jimmy G stuff right now. Molly's sitting at home going, I never said I was the biggest Jimmy G fan.
She's like, what?
Look, this ain't that hard. These are facts.
She's the one that gave him the nickname.
Jimmy G, you give Jimmy G way too hard a time. Jimmy G was 12th in total QBR last season, which is about right. He's right outside the top 10 as a quarterback. He's not very accurate down the field consistently. He's good at everything else. Were he accurate down the field, maybe he'd be a top 5 quarterback. Here are the facts about Jimmy G. You know what he was when trailing in the fourth quarter this season, Stephen A? He goes from 12th overall to 3rd, meaning he's clutch. So he gets better under pressure. You know what he is all time as an underdog, with a minimum of 10 times as the underdog in the game, where his team is the underdog in the game. You know where he ranks in terms of wins and losses, winning percentage? First, all time as the underdog. Do you know what his lifetime record is? Lifetime record as a starter. 23-5. Well, yeah, because he's played for good teams. Really? Because when he took over the Niners, they couldn't win. He went 5-0. Then he got hurt. They couldn't win again. They went 3-13. Then he came back. They couldn't lose again. So it's not just, you could put a replacement guy there that, you could find a second string quarter. Oh, really? Because when the 49ers did that, same Shanahan, same genius, right? They couldn't buy a win. And Jimmy G, sitting with the best winning percentage ever, is what we're comparing that 49ers team that couldn't buy a win without him. And then, in his first full season as a starter, his team has a 10-point lead in the fourth quarter of the Super Bowl. You want to blame him for his defense? He missed one pass he should have hit, and this is a zero-sum game. And if he hits Sanders on his steps, they win the game, and he blew that pass. That is true. But for that reason, if he hits it, he's so great. Super Bowl in his first complete season, beating Patrick Mahomes. But because he misses it, he's no good? Jimmy G is not just an average quarterback, Stephen A. He is a franchise quarterback who is this close to being elite.
Go ahead, Dominique. I'll give you the floor.
Yeah.
I'll give you the floor. Go ahead, Dominique. Go ahead. Bring it. Go ahead.
I was with Max up until he said this close to being elite. So I think Jimmy G is a good quarterback. Jimmy G is in an awesome situation, and you pulled out some good numbers about Jimmy G. I don't buy into win-loss record as far as quarterback's concerned, but he did have an 85 QBR when trailing, and he would have been a Super Bowl champ if it wasn't for the fact that he missed that one throw. He missed another throw earlier on first down. He also threw a ball with his eyes closed that got interception before halftime that led to points. So he made a lot of mistakes in that game. But I agree with you. He's a slightly above average quarterback. I think his situation is fantastic. And I understand that you can put in Nick Mullins or you can put in other quarterbacks who have no reputation necessarily, and that team is not good. But that doesn't mean Jimmy G is great. I think Jimmy G is a piece in this puzzle that could potentially be replaced. It'll be hard to replace, but it could be replaced. I think Trent Williams' comments were perfect, because at no point did he suggest that Jimmy G was elite or special. He was like, this is a quarterback we can win with. Yes, when you have Kyle Shanahan and you have that defensive line, yes, this is a quarterback that you can win with. When you have a running attack that seemingly cannot be stopped and you have a pass rush that cannot be blocked, yes, this is a quarterback that you can win with. But the idea that he's somewhere close to elite, to me, is a bit outlandish. I think there are plenty of other quarterbacks out there that could step in and do just as well, if not better. Think about what Matt Ryan did under Kyle Shanahan's offense. I think that Jimmy G is no Matt Ryan. He's no Dak Prescott. You know how I feel about him. He's none of these other guys. He is behind them by a significant margin. He's slightly above average. So, Stephen A., you might be a little too harsh, but you ain't all the way off.
Well, Dominique, I'll ask you these. I need one-word answers here because I know Max is not capable of giving me such a thing. So I'll ask you: Did you hear me call Jimmy Garoppolo a scrub ever? Did
No.
I say that?
No.
Thank you very much. Here's my thing. And oh, by the way, am I supposed to ignore that we're talking about Trent Williams, who's been in the nation's capital playing for the Redskins? Am I supposed to ignore the quarterback that he played with and what he was? Of course he'll say Jimmy G can win. He ain't been winning. And he went to a team that's fresh off the Super Bowl. What the hell is he supposed to say? I mean, duh. Please. I'm forgetting what he has to say. Here's the reality, y'all. This is the interesting part. Now, Max Kellerman, did you know that Jimmy G had a 20-10 lead in the fourth quarter, particularly after San Francisco had intercepted Patrick Mahomes? So they had the ball with a 10-point lead. You do remember that, right, Max? Just nod your head, baby. Just nod your head. That's cool. Yes, you do, Max.
I remember.
Here's the reality, okay? That's right. He had a 20-10 lead. There were 4 different possessions, Dominique, in the fourth quarter. Now, mind you, we're coming off 2 playoff games where he threw for a grand total of 208 yards combined in 2 playoff games. That's an average of 104 yards per game. Let's not forget that. But we'll go to the Super Bowl. You got a 10-point lead, Dominique. Oh, get rid of them damn stats. I'm talking to Dominique Foxworth here right now. I want to see that man's face when I'm looking at him. I want to see Max Kellerman's face when I'm looking at him right now. Here's the deal. You got a situation where it's a 10-point lead. It's the fourth quarter. You got 4 different possessions. You know Patrick Mahomes going to get the ball back because in football, when you score, the other team gets the ball back, and you can't do a damn thing. Oh, by the way, you sat up there, and what are your stats here? It's 3 for 11 for 36 yards and an interception in the fourth quarter of a Super Bowl. Stat number 2, what was his quarterback rating in the fourth quarter, Max? 2.8. The only person in recent NFL history that had a lower quarterback rating in the postseason was Vince Young when he had a quarterback rating of 0 in like 2000. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.